Blog Talk Radio.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Charisma's Lounge. This is your host. Well, I keep saying this. I'm not a this. I am your host, Charisma Chloe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will once again introduce you to my lovely co-host, Miss Yaya and Mz. Bunny. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. Oh, fabulous and fantastic. I heard that. Yeah, you might as well
For
be.
sure.
What else you gonna be? We have a pretty interesting show for you guys today. Did you guys like that introduction? I loved it. That was awesome.
I love it.
I was juking it.
Right.
I was like,
I love
I
that.
thought I was the only one.
I found that somewhere. I was like, ooh, whoever produced this, hey, I'm going to use this. But anyway, that's kind of off the subject. We have an interesting show today. Today our show will be about whether sex on the first date will be appropriate, or is it appropriate? Do you think it's appropriate, or anybody out there, or do you think that people should never, ever do it? We have three different opinions here, which I will let you know mine later on like I always do, and I will start with my two co-hosts. But first, I do, as you always know, my shows are always prompted by conversations I have with friends and family and acquaintances and coworkers and all things like that, and also emails that I get. And I did get an email about this particular subject, and I will read it to you right now. Here we go. Dear Charisma, I wanted to email you in hopes that you can help me. I am a 30-year-old woman who is educated, independent, and hardworking. I am nowhere near perfect, but I try to live my life the right way and with morals. However, I met a man about 2 weeks ago, and he just recently asked me on a date. I know that there are certain unwritten rules about what to do and what not to do on the first date, and I'm sort of caught in between the middle. It has been about 2.5 years since my last sexual encounter, and I'm really attracted to this man, and I would like to take things further with him when we go out on our date. I know certain guys find it a turn off when a woman sleeps with them on the first date, but as I said, I've known him for 2 weeks now. I was just wondering if you think that I will be making a mistake if I proposition him, or should I just hold off until we've been dating for a while? Signed, Lala. I heard that, Lala.
Ooh, Lala.
Lala.
Hey.
So, I will start with you, Ms. Yaya. Your thoughts?
Yes, ma'am. Me personally, I wouldn't, but it's just depending on the situation. If he just wants to smash and he gets to know you for the 2 weeks or whatever, and you want to, be with him in that way, and he just smashes and leaves, then, that's just what you got to face. I just believe that there are just some consequences to that, because just some guys, they just want to hit on the first day, and then they just won't respect you. But then sometimes they wait, and they still won't respect you. So I just say it depends on the situation, and you grown. So if you want to sleep with him, I say go for it. But if he smashes and leaves, then you already know the consequence for that. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. Ms. Bunny?
Well, I say it like this. We all grown. We've been grown for a long time. If you want to get your rocks off, go on do it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with smashing on the first night. And everybody always say, well, the man hit it. No, I can hit it too. How about I just want to get my rocks off? You know what I'm saying? It's not just about him. It's about me sometimes too. Maybe I want to do it to him and keep it moving. But it's nothing wrong on the first date, because chances are y'all done already talked, y'all done already got to know each other. So why the hell not? As long as you protect it and you doing what you got to do, hell yeah, do the damn thing. Get it on.
That's what she said. For sure.
All right. All right, then. Well, if any of you out there who are listening and have something to say about this, please give us a call. We would love to hear your opinions about it. Area code 347-539-5053. That is area code 347-539-5053. And you can also visit our chat room and say what you got to say in there, and I will read it on the air. Wow, Bunny,
Bunny had me rolling there. She had me rolling.
What? Y'all know. Look, I'm just saying. I'm grown. We all grown. We got needs. It don't take 4 or 5 dates to know. A woman knows as soon as she look and talk to a man whether she gonna smash him or not. Let's be real. I know whether in 5 seconds, but at the same time, a man is the only one that could talk himself out some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if he talking some good stuff, hey, give him a little cookie.
Dang it.
Wow, this is that's awesome.
That's why I love her. She had me cracking up. That's why I love her.
I don't know.
What's wrong with some cookies with your milk? That's all I'm saying.
Milk. Is there a pun intended there with milk?
That gushy.
Hey, that's that good. That's that wet, good gushy stuff. Let's get it on.
Okay, so got a question. Okay, so if the girl, right, the girl that wrote in, and she wants to pursue a relationship, and the dude's like, well, yo, I already hit, so what she should do after that? Should she have any expectations, be a little disappointed if all he wanted to do was smash, but she wants to make a relationship out of it, giving it up on the first night? What are your thoughts about that?
My thought is, okay, giving it up on the first night.
Mhm.
She should never assume anything, because assuming makes her ass. You know what I'm saying?
Big ass.
And she giving up the ass. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it is, that's what it is. She should have had that conversation through the door. Sex does not equal a relationship.
Exactly. That's where I'm at with it. There you go.
Yeah, that's
Miss Charisma, how do you feel?
I actually already have a caller. I already have a caller, y'all. I really hope we don't have a repeat of that. But I do have a caller. Welcome to Charisma's Lounge. Who's this? Hello? Yes, I don't have a caller.
I guess we're being punked again, but it's okay.
They're calling on the date. They're calling on the date because they need to know what steps to take. I get you. Hey, it's all good. You can listen in. We can help you out.
Hey, but I don't know. I think that's a slippery slope because, if you don't have any expectations and you're just like, okay, I'm going out with this guy on a date and it's just nothing serious. Well, actually, a first date most likely wouldn't be serious anyway.
Yeah.
But if you don't intend on pursuing anything with that person, like, permanently, then I guess it would be okay. But I think a lot of times, let's be real. What Bunny was saying was true, but we all know as girls how we are when it comes to sex and giving it up to people. And unless you're a nymphomaniac or a prostitute, we all know how as girls are with that. We're a little bit more emotional with it than guys are. And sometimes we tend to expect things from guys that they just don't want to give us, and guys are good at hiding that fact. Like they'll say, I'm not saying all men, but I'm saying most men, and this is what they do. It's nothing wrong, nothing right, but it's just what they do, and everybody knows that. They have no problem lying to you to get in your pants. So they'll be like, oh, baby, I've never met anybody like you. This is all the first day, wine and dine you. And, of course, one might argue that their women are foolish for falling for it, but, some guys are just really good at their game. So, hey, it's what it is. Nobody's perfect. So, if you do something like that, then you have to think about what you're doing. To me, I would never do that. I think for me, I'm kind of against that because I think the woman ends up getting hurt more than she doesn't end up getting hurt. If that makes because, you know, you'll just be like, oh, yeah, that was the best sex of my life, and what if you really enjoyed it? And Jesus, like, geez. You know, and then this woman hasn't, and in respect for her, she hasn't been with anybody for 2.5 years. 2.5 years? You're going to go out like that? I mean, okay, I guess you could say that she's horny or something. You know what I mean?
Hey. Like, well, I mean, if it's like that and she going in like that, she might be dickmatized. You never know. But that's her fault. I'm just going to say it. True. But my opinion like this is women, us being emotional creatures, we need to learn to put the emotion aside sometimes to get what we want.
True. That's true.
If all we want is to bust one, then let that be what it is. All I'm looking for is to get off and do what I need to do to make myself right at the end of the night. That don't mean you have to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah, that's true.
But it seems as though it seems as though, I'm sorry, Yaya, but it seems as though this woman wants to, she says she really likes him and, you know, all this type of stuff. So it seems as though she wants to be in a relationship with him. But I'm wondering if that's a good idea for her to just smash like that, let him smash like that, but on the first date, if she wants to be in a relationship with him. That's kind of...
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss Carissa.
Oh, okay.
But all I'm saying, just because you smash on the first date does not mean you can't develop a relationship. Speaking from experience, you can have a meaningful relationship from sex on the first date. You just have to be on the same level.
Yeah.
You just got to be prepared if it doesn't work out. Yeah, and be prepared when it doesn't work out. That's the problem with a lot of women, and I've been guilty of it too sometimes, is that I didn't know how to separate the two, and that when I would go on a first date, I put all of my heart and all of me into it, like, oh, my God, I want him to wife me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when this dude just want to smash, you know what I mean? And then I end up getting my heart broken. So it's so long as both of you guys have an understanding, as well as the woman, more of the woman so than the man, that there is a possibility that this dude just wants to smash and he's going to leave. So if you have that perspective in mind and it's all good, I say, hey, whatever happens, happens. Do you. You know what I mean? If that dude just want to smash, let him smash and move on. That's what you do.
That is true, and let's be real, you know, and this, what I'm about to say is in no way I'm trying to insult men out there, because men are wonderful. I love men.
Absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Dick is a beautiful thing.
Oh, my God. You guys.
I don't know what to do with her.
But we all know, as ladies, men want to have sex. That's what they do.
Right.
If they want to have sex, that's the head that they think with, more so than the one on top of their body. And when they meet somebody, they're very visual, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because it's the whole mating ritual. I mean, we're all animals, we're human, we're all put on this earth to procreate. And, you know, God gave us these hormones for a reason, and we're supposed to have babies and multiply and do all this kind of stuff. So, you know, without giving y'all biology lesson, I'm said all that to say, you know, that's what they want to do. So we know that when they take you on the date, they want to have sex with you. That's what they want to do. So if you choose to do that, I mean, do you ever, Bunny, can I ask you this, but do you ever have it in your mind, like, would you ever do that with somebody that you want to actually have a relationship with? Would you ever just have sex with them like that?
Of course. And speaking from personal experience, you can marry somebody that you've had sex with on a first date. It's happened. I'm sorry?
Go ahead, please.
You can definitely have a meaningful, long-term relationship from somebody you smashed on a first date. And it's not about, well, he got me in the bed or I got him in the bed. It's about communication is the main key. You know what I want. I know what you want. And hopefully, because me, myself, I don't believe in blind dating. You know, I just met you for 2 seconds and all of a sudden we're going on a date. Hopefully,
yeah, me neither.
Y'all done been and talked Communicate it over the internet, over the phone, whatever it's been when y'all set up this date and y'all know y'all going to meet each other. And if it happens, it happens. I mean, sex is natural.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a hormone, and everybody is born with hormones. And let's not say that everybody has to do it, because if you're not feeling it, don't do it. But if you are feeling it, go for it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It doesn't make you a hoe. It doesn't make you any less than a woman. It doesn't make, him a player, a pimp, or anything like that. It's just two natural instincts happening. That's what I feel.
And I mean, and I feel sort of the same way, but you know how a lot of people feel about image, and you know how the double standard is with women. I'm not saying that women should really just take all that to the heart and just really care about it, but there is a double standard. There is
I agree.
Women get talked about really badly for doing things like that. A woman has sex with 3 guys in a week, and oh my God, look at she smashed everybody. Oh no, but guys do it. It's okay. Oh yeah, he a player. Oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
I agree.
It's
definitely that double standard. It's definitely. I agree with you.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna look at him any differently if he has sex with. He can have sex with every woman he dated on the first day. Nobody's ever gonna look at him any differently. And I think she just has, and a lot of women have, is they have the fear of being looked at differently. If they don't live that type of life, a woman that lives that type of life just constantly, then you wouldn't care, obviously. But I mean, if you're a woman that don't live that type of life, then there is always that fear of being looked at differently. Like, okay, does he think that I'm a hoe? Is he gonna want to date me after this? Is he gonna think it's a turn? Because I've heard men say that, if a woman let me smash on the first day, I ain't trying to be off and nerve life like that. I don't like that. And I heard guys say, yeah, it's okay. Things like pretty much what Bunny said. So you never know what a guy is thinking. And if you like somebody, that's kind of, I can see if you had that conversation while you're on a date, like, yeah, we're going to go home and have sex, and that's just going to be that. Then what Bunny was saying is valid, you know what I'm saying, because you guys didn't have any expectations to begin with. But if you're on a date and you're like, he asks you out, oh, I like you, you're liking each other, and you never know what a guy is thinking, and you just automatically take him home with you, and you wake up the next morning, I guess it's kind of a guess thing or kind of a wait and see what happens thing. Because you're like, okay, if he doesn't call you anymore, you're like, oh, crap, this is somebody I really like, and I think I may have ruined it by sleeping with him. But I guess if he leaves you because of that, then I guess that wouldn't be Mr. Right. You can argue that point.
Exactly.
Exactly. But you know what you just described remind me of? Y'all seen that movie, Think Like a Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
When Megan Good character was all distraught because he got up and left her?
Yep.
It's all about the way you put it out there.
Exactly.
As a woman, you know what I'm saying? Women, we're not how we used to be back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We're not the stay-at-home moms and shit. We doing what we got to do and supporting our household.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a role reversal thing. If we can do what we got to do to take care of the household, go out there and work and get on our grind, then we need to put them men in that situation where, I guess what you say, they're the chick or they're the bitch or whatever you want to call it.
Hey, there it is.
It's a role reversal. If I'm taking care of me, you're not taking care of me. I'm doing what I got to do to support myself. So let's flip the script.
Exactly.
I'm not looking for you to do nothing for me, except for what I need you to do, of course, and then get on with your life.
Exactly.
If we're going to build something, we need to do it together and be on the same page.
You know what? I think that a lot of women go into these first dates, can't even say relationship because sometimes they don't even get that far, but they get into the first date and they go in there weak-minded and their hearts are weak. So if you're going to go in there and completely vulnerable and you want this man to complete you, and, I mean, there are some women that come off desperate like that. A man is going to pick up on that, and he's going to go in for the kill. He's going to smash. He's going to leave, and you're ending up heartbroken. You know, like Bunny says, sometimes you just got to think out. Not sometimes, all the time. You need to think outside the box. You need to think how that man would think, you know, and you need to think, okay, you know what, if you want to smash and it happens, okay, fine. I do me. I'm my own woman. I'm fertilizing my own grass. I do what I got to do. You do you. You smashed. My heart's not broken because I already knew you were going to go there anyway. And my expectations aren't even high when it comes to you. So you do what you got to do. So exactly what Buddy says. You got to go with the mindset of thinking, not thinking he's a dick. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in there thinking he's like that. But you need to go in there thinking that if this dude, if I'm feeling him and he's feeling me, but we're on a different path here, we're on different wavelengths of how he's feeling me, and all he wants to do is smash, then okay, fine. You want to get your knocks off too? Then handle it. Hey, I say that's a good deal right there. You do what you got to do. But you can't go in there weak-minded. You can't go in there with the mind thinking that he's going to wife you up just because you got a nice booty and a nice disposition about you. Okay, fine. But there is a chance that that dude just wants to smash. And you got to have that mindset that it's going to happen, or it might happen, or he might have morals and say, you know what, I want to see where this goes. Not saying that, oops, my bad. Don't want to say that dudes that smash on the first night. I was like, ooh, let me retract that. Not saying that dudes that smash on the first night don't have morals. Not saying that, fellas. You hear me over there? All right, cool. But there are some dudes that just don't have morals. But then there's some that do, and they see some potential, and they want to treat the woman with respect and not smash. Then that's cool, too. You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at with it as well.
Well, to reiterate what you just said, there are a lot of women that go into a first date with all this stuff talking about, oh, my God, this is the man of my dreams, and I really like this man. They go in there talking about they want to get married and have kids, and you cannot, I'm going to tell you right now, don't no man want to hear you talking about that when y'all dating for a year, let alone on the first date. I mean,
right. You go into a first date talking about, oh, that is the fastest. You talking about 10 ways to get rid of a man. And
that's right.
They're looking for the exit. Where's the exit?
You want to get rid of a man, you go and tell him after you had 2 days, I am ready to get married. I am ready to have kids. I am ready to settle down. I want to move in with you. Where is my ring? He going to be like,
I'm ovulating right now.
According to my calendar, I'm ovulating. So how do you feel about that?
I have like 4 eggs left. What do you think?
The third one's kind of iffy. So can we get on it right now? Just saying.
So, I mean, to me, about the sex thing, I don't know. I'm just kind of like with that because it is kind of tricky to me because you don't know, like I said, you don't know what he's thinking, and if you really like somebody, you just don't know, and it's that's just a decision you have to make, I guess, when you're in that situation. It depends on how it's going, how the date is going. If this man's an ass, you're gonna be like, okay, well, he's attractive. I just want to have sex with him. Let's just do it. And I don't ever have to talk to him anymore.
Exactly.
So that would make it an easy decision. But if he's somebody you really, really like, but you never know if in the back of his head he's like, God, I hope she don't. Wait, no man. God, I hope she never had sex with me. Said no man ever. But I'm saying, he's like in the head like, God, I hope she's not a hoe because I really like her. You know what I mean?
Right, but having sex on a first date does not make you a hoe.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But it doesn't. But like I said, people think that way. A lot of people think that way. So,
but you know what? People are idiots. A person needs to come up with their own solution. Stop trying to follow with what people say and be your own person.
Be your own person.
People say,
and
just because she did this, she's a hoe. What do you think? Do you think she's a hoe because she smashed you? No, maybe you ate her out on her first date. What did that make you?
Hungry.
I'm just throwing out, random thoughts.
Hey.
But I will say this to my women listeners that are out there. Stop expecting men to not think about sex, especially when you got your boobies all propped up and your ass hanging out. What do you think men are going to expect? You're gonna think about sex when you got it all hanging out, especially on a first date.
Hey. A man is gonna think about sex if you're dressed like an Amish person. Let alone if
you're definitely. But if you got your nipple hanging out with a nipple ring showing, of course he don't have no choice. You throwing it in his face.
You can have on a muumuu and he's gonna think about sex. So
I agree with you. But what I'm saying is to them women that are hanging it all out, that get mad and say, well, all he want to do is smash. What the fuck you think he want to do? All you doing is showing him ass.
I agree.
You're right.
There it is.
I mean, you're absolutely right. No, what I was saying was, I mean, a man is going to want to have sex with you if you have a muumuu on, let alone if you're coming there dressed like a slut. So
Amen.
You can imagine what he's thinking then. You know what I'm saying? You can see you with a sweatsuit on and be like, damn, I see her attitude on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's happened to me. I've had on whatever, some baggy clothes, and they still. So, I mean, you come in there looking like that, yeah, he's going to do that. But, I mean, if you're on a respectable first date and you're looking at him like, God, he's fine, I wonder if it's a good idea if he takes me home. Because most women are going to think that, oh, my God, he's going to think I'm a slut. If I go home with him.
If you dress like I'm sorry, Kristen, I'm sorry. If you go in there dressed like a Peggy Bundy or Kelly Bundy, whatever her name is, with the short stuff and the stuff hanging out,
that would be
and you
Kelly.
Go on your first date. Yeah, okay, thanks. Then you go in there like a Kelly and you thinking like, oh my gosh, I really like this guy. I hope he doesn't want to smash. You know what I mean? Then you an idiot, because why you go in there dressed like that? But if you go in there like, yo, I just want this dude to hit, and I'm going to show all my stuff, just let it all hang out because I want him to smash, then, hey, as long as you go in there with that expectation and that mindset, you come dress how you want to dress. So long as that's what you know, that's what you're going to get. Now, if you go in there going like it's like a job interview, then shoot. If you want to smash, then that's totally on him.
But you know what, job interviews could be a role play situation. You never know.
That's a whole.
Like, I didn't tell you what kind of job I was talking about.
I'm your worker.
I'm the John, and you're the pros. Okay, so dress like that. That's the interview I'm talking about. You stupid, buddy.
I am dying to know if there is anybody out there listening who has anything to say about this. Please give me a call. Area code 347-539-5053. That is area code 347-539-5053. Or visit my chat room, blogtalkradio.com/Charisma Chloe, and click on the link that says sex on the first date, yes or no. Please call me. I am getting a caller right now. Let's say. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hi, how are you?
Fine. I was calling because I want to know, what are you guys talking about? Men don't want sex if you have on a granny gown. And you go on the first date. They don't want sex then. What are you talking about? It don't matter. They talk about sex before they even see you.
Who am I talking to? Who is it?
Tracy.
Oh, hey, Tracy.
Oh, hey, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey. Hi.
Hello.
I mean, they're going to want sex regardless. They talk about it the first time you talk to them on the phone.
But this is Miss Bunny. How you doing, Tracy? But what I'm saying is it's not always men that are wanting sex. Women are sexual beings, too. But I agree with you. Men are sexual by nature as well. But do you do it? What do you think?
Do I do it?
On the first date.
It depends on the morals you grew up with. You know what I mean?
I mean,
because if you're confident within yourself, you don't have to go out and do that on the first date. I mean, either he's going to want you or he's not anyway, whether you sleep with him or not. But the point is that, I mean, what are you looking for, a long-term relationship or just a booty call for the night? Come on, if you want a long-term relationship.
I totally agree.
It's not going to be a long-term relationship.
So you don't think long-term relationships can happen off of a sex on the first night?
Not most likely, no. No, I don't think so, because if he got all the goods the first time, what makes you think he's gonna come back? You just gonna
the
be a
gift
booty
is
call.
good. Why not?
You just gonna be a booty call. He's not gonna be someone he can bring home to mom. He's gonna be like, if he already got the goods, he can just call you whenever because you giving it out on the first night. He's looking at you like you already gave it to me, so who else you giving it to?
But what if you call him on the second night? It's not about him all the time. What about the woman? Maybe I want to call you when I want some, not the other way around.
Okay, so that means you want nothing out of it.
Maybe
Is that
not.
what you're saying?
No, I'm just reversing the roles. That's all. I'm just being hypothetical.
Okay, but my thing is this: so is that what you're looking for, just a booty call, or are you looking for a relationship? When a woman
I guess
goes
that's
like
the question, huh?
Yes.
What if that is the question? Like, what are you? That's what I'm saying. What if a person, like the girl that emailed me, she actually liked this guy, and she's been talking to him on and off for 2 weeks, and she likes this guy, and she wants a relationship, but she said she haven't had sex in 2 years, and she actually is really attracted to him, and she wants to, but she's afraid that if she does that, then he's not going to want her anymore. That's the thing.
But I guess that's the question is, where does the date come in? If you guys have been communicating and
Absolutely.
you guys have learned about each other, then does date mean?
I guess they were. She didn't go into that, but I guess they were friends or coworkers or whatever it is. And he finally, you know how you work with somebody and they finally come and ask you out. One of those things. Oh, I've been wanting to ask you out for all this time, and now I'm asking you out. So I guess it's one of those. So technically, it would still be a first date because you guys are not really friends, but you're just like acquaintances. So it would be a first.
2 more weeks or a month wouldn't even hurt if you didn't. So therefore, that shouldn't even be a real subject. You know what I mean? Because if he's been waiting all this time, then what's waiting 2 or 3 more weeks to get to know him? Just because you're talking to him on the phone, you need to know him outside of the job, outside of the phone. You know, people don't really show their face until their real face for like a good 6 months. Talking on the phone, everybody covering up their face.
So you think you should wait 6 months before smashing? Is that what you're saying, Tracy?
I'm not saying you have to wait exactly 6 months. You can wait a month, but get to go out with the person, see what they're like, not just at the job or on the phone.
I guess, and then that does depend on.
So sex on the first date is out completely for you.
It's totally out completely. Completely, because if you know your woman's worth and you know who you are, then you don't have to rush and do anything. That's the problem with women today. We always rushing on, then they want to be all over you in the first night, and then they just think everybody is like that. So where do the morals fit in? What happened to the upbringing?
I don't know. It depends to me. Like when he said, it depends on the expectations you have. If you don't want no serious relationship with that person, then I say
exactly. I can agree with that.
Yeah, if you don't want no serious relationship with that person, I say just go. But then I guess there are instances where serious relationships have occurred when that has happened. It's situations where that has happened. So I mean, I guess depends on your judgment. What kind of person you are, what you feel is, what morality is or not. So I mean, there's no right or wrong here. It's just that it depends on what kind of person you are. If you feel that
you're right,
and sex is a part of relationship, but it's not the only part of relationship.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No, of course not. Of course not. Well, thank you, Tracy. You were very.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you. Okay, what's the next week's topic?
Next week's topic will be. I'm going to get you to know that. That's going to be whether having a menage a trois is fun or immoral.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Call back then.
Call back then, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Okay. You ladies have a good day.
You too.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow, interesting.
That was very
interesting.
And I
absolutely agree with her. Absolutely agree with her. It's all about your morals and not even your morals, but your expectations, like I mentioned earlier.
I agree. It's the expectation, because because I don't believe if you have sex on a first date means that you were brought up wrong per se. It's just all about the expectations, because we are all grown.
Yep.
Yeah. True.
If you go in there with that expectation of, you know what, if I want to get my knocks off, all right, cool, let's go for it. If I don't, cool, whatever, you know what I mean?
Exactly, because as long as mama didn't raise no fool, We all was brought
go.
up right. You know, Mama didn't
there
raise no fool, but just because I smashed him on the first night, as long as I wasn't dumb about it, like meaning I used protection and I knew his first and last name and where he lived, and I ain't gonna just let him take me out anywhere type stuff. There's nothing wrong with it.
And your and your expectations. There it is. You know.
I am potentially getting another caller. So
yay!
So hold on. Hi, thank you for calling Charisma's Lounge. Who's this? Hello.
Hello. Come on.
That was the same person that called earlier. So I guess
still on the date and want to smash. Don't know what to do. You better hurry up and go over there. You got your girl waiting.
And I want to thank Tracy for calling in. I was really interested in hearing other people's perspectives.
Thank you, Tracy.
Nobody is right. Nobody is wrong. It's just different perspectives, and that's what I love about it. We can all have a discussion, and we can all have different perspectives, and it's good to hear each side of it. To me, I love hearing each side of it. You know,
I do too.
You know, and that's one reason why these two lovely ladies with me are two of my best friends, because we can have discussions like this in everyday life. And, you know, there's no hating, no arguing, no fussing, no fighting. It's just, we're just all different. We're all three different individuals. Everybody's different. And one person's immorals is another person's morality, and vice versa. So,
there it is.
That's just the way it is. But
I have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So, do you think if a woman pursues sex on a first date for a man, do you think he would be a little hesitant? Do you think he would feel that she's coming on too strong? What do you guys think of that if the roles were reversed?
I don't think that he would be hesitant whatsoever, because that's just not, I mean, I guess some men are, but that is just not in the man's nature. I'm sorry. It's just not. You go to the mall and just see a man walking by and you be like, let's go home and have sex. Most likely, if you don't look like you done shot up 18 needles of heroin, and even then he'll probably think about it. He's gonna do it. If you look decent and clean, he's gonna be like, you know what? My place is right down the street. Men do not pass up sex. If a man has to get up for work at 6 o'clock in the morning and you call him at 4:45 and say, I'm coming over there, he is gonna trade sleep for sex. That's
of course.
He gonna be at work. Sleepy as all get out, but he got something last night. So, no, I don't think that they will hesitate whatsoever. And if any man out there who can prove me wrong, give me a call, 347-539-5053. Please give me a call, because I really sincerely don't believe no man will turn that down, ever.
So, as women, is that where the double standard you think comes in? If a woman wants to smash, is that where the double standard comes in?
Absolutely, because he is not nobody's going to look at that man any differently if he goes to the mall, picks a woman. I was say, friends at a club. How many times have you heard guys, friends, or brothers, whoever you have, say, I went to the club, I saw this chick there, I took her home, we got faded, and we did the doody-doo-doo, and then that was all she good, and all his friends like, yeah, homie, woo, that's what she's supposed to do. And then how many women you hear, I went to the club, I met this guy, I took him home, and how many times you heard her being called a slut? I'm pretty sure at least once.
Silence in the room and all eyes turned to her, like, for real?
Exactly. Oh, you went home with somebody you don't even know? Really?
Oh, gosh. Yep.
You know,
and then if a dude does that, and he's like, you know what, hold up, not right now, I'm not ready, the dude's going to look at him like, dude, you gay? You gay, dude? What you mean you don't know? What you mean? So you got this chick right here, and you didn't want to smash? You serious? They hear a whole lecture. Whole lecture.
And then his friends will sit there and wonder why if he didn't have sex with her, then his friends are like, dude, you gay? Like, what?
Exactly. But for a woman, it's expected to do that. But if we do it the other way, we're hoes. If a dude don't do it, he a bitch. Of course it's a double standard.
And I really think that's what Miss Lala, I think that's what she's saying. She's like, I don't want this guy thinking that because I really like him. But my thing is, if he thinks you a hoe and he's been knowing you, for 2 weeks or however long he's been seeing you around, obviously he doesn't know you. But if he's going to jump to that conclusion just by one night, then I don't think that's a guy for her anyway. She has to worry about all that. But I do understand her dilemma. I understand her dilemma, and I have sympathy. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't do it. That's one reason why I don't do it, because I know, people see things differently. And, I know, and I understand what Ms. Buddy's saying. I mean, we really shouldn't even care as women because, it's our life. It is what we do. We want to do it too. So, but, a lot of women do. A lot of women care about that. They're just like, okay, I don't want to be seen this way. I don't want to be, why you think women look at strippers the way they do? That stripper could just go to work, take off her clothes for a living, strip, go home, go to school, take care of a kid or whatever it is, and she's not a slut, she's just a dancer. But when you look at a stripper, when the average person looks at a stripper, what are they going to think? Oh, she probably just screwing everybody up in this club, and she ain't but a hoe. But it's a lot of strippers that actually just, and believe me, a lot of them, probably, if not most, but a lot of them are prostitutes and they are hoes or whatever. But there are strippers that actually go to work and they go home. And they
There's always that one that makes all women look bad. But me personally, is you can't let one mess it up for everybody. Just because she did it doesn't mean I do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my frustration a lot comes in, because just because I did this and she did that doesn't make me like her. She's her, I'm me. I do me. I do what I do for myself, not for her or not for anybody else.
Exactly. I agree.
That's why I say everybody just needs to fertilize their own grass, mind their business. Okay, you don't want to smash, then don't smash. But don't knock somebody that does. You know what I mean? If they want to smash, let them smash. That's it. Fertilize your own grass. You do what you got to do.
And I am loving, and especially in the past 2 years, all the sexual liberation that women have had, with in reading erotic novels, now there's, the Magic Mike coming out, 50 Shades of Grey, just all these different things that women are just now like, okay, we have a sexual side too, and we want to explore, we want to show, we want to let everybody know it's about time. I think it's about time. When I saw the trailer of Magic Mike before it hit the theaters, my male friends were like, ain't nobody going to want to see that. Don't nobody want to see that. Women are not even like that. If that had been a show about girls, it would well.
Oh, well.
Do you know
I'm telling you, Mr. Channing Tatum can get them. How you doing?
Do you know it cost like $5 million to make that movie, and it's made $120-something million, I believe? And nobody who went to go see it? I guarantee 99% of people who went to go see that are women. I mean,
definitely, because you know what, men are threatened. That's what I think. I think men are threatened by other men and their sexuality because they don't want to be construed as gay. We're expected as women to watch female parts all over the time. We got to watch Halle Berry's breasts everywhere.
Yeah. But
as soon as a man comes on screen, I don't want to see that.
What was the movie? It was 2 movies that showed male frontal that I remember. It was Boogie Nights. I don't know if any two of you guys seen that. When Mark Wahlberg at the end, he said it was prosthetic, but still, hey, it was good-looking prosthetic. That movie, and I think it was Any Given Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And when I was in Arizona watching Any Given Sunday, and the room was full of guys. There was some girls in there, but the room was full of guys. As soon as that part came, I was like, they just left it out the movie. Don't nobody want to see that. But I guarantee if that was some girls' big heaving boobs, they would have been
exactly. They would have been. They would have been.
Exactly.
I just think we want to see it.
We definitely want to see it. We like it, too. We are sexual beings, too. Just like men are here to procreate, so are women. That's why we're giving the ovaries and the eggs.
There it is.
We want to see it, too.
Yeah.
Don't make us whores or unrespectable females. We like to see it, too. There's nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
not at all. And I don't know. Me personally, I probably wouldn't sleep with somebody on the first day if I want to have a meaningful relationship with them or a serious relationship with them. But then that's just me. That's just me. Not saying that if you feel the latter is wrong. That's just me.
I'm like that too.
It's just not.
Well, my comment to that is it can happen. It has happened.
Yep.
And there's always an exception, and there's always a norm. I don't know what the norm is and what the norm isn't, but it can happen, and to each its own.
Normal is subjective.
Exactly.
Much like food and music and books and movies and all that kind of stuff. Normal is subjective. Because if abnormal to me may be normal to Miss Bunny, maybe half normal to Miss Yaya. So, it just depends. Some women feel or some people feel that they should not have sex until marriage. Personally, I do not think that you should wait till marriage to have sex with somebody. I would never do that.
Oh, no.
But some people feel that that's what you need to do. And if you feel that's what you need to do, then, hey, I'm all for that. If you want to sit there and look at him for 2 years while y'all engaged, or however long y'all engaged, and never look at the thing and do what you got to do, and then you get a big fat surprise, just like on our first show about size.
Oh, yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
Then that's on you. But I don't believe in that. Oh, heck no. No.
I respect and empathize with people that do that,
I respect them, but I have the utmost respect for them, and I understand that they're, maybe their religion or maybe they're just the way that what they view as moral, and I have no problem with that. I think that if that's what you want to do, if that's the kind of person you are, I believe that if you're a person that have sex on the first date, want to wait, that doesn't have sex on the first date, or want to wait till they're married to have sex, I completely respect that, and I think you should stick to your guns. Don't change. You hear us on here saying, blah, blah, I don't believe that. I think you should stick to your guns, and if you are the opposite and you are a woman or a person that has sex on the first date, or a woman or a person that doesn't believe in waiting to marriage to have sex with somebody, then I think you should also stick to your guns. I just think you should be whoever you are.
Yep.
And whatever that may be. Because but when you try to be fake, to me, I think, any man, if I'm on a date and he's like, you know what, baby, I really don't ever be, the last thing I'm thinking about is having sex with you while you're sitting there looking at my boobs. Come on now. And I get there's something that tell the truth about that, but I'm not going to believe that. I'm just not going to believe it, because if I think you fine enough, I'm probably going to want to have sex with you just as much as you're going to want to have sex with me. So if I'm going to have sex with you and you're fine enough, I mean, come on now. If I'm on a date with Laz Alonso, I'm not going to be like, you know what, I really ain't thinking about having sex with you.
Okay.
Who's going to do that? Or whoever else, who you think is fine. I mean, a lot of people may not think Laz Alonso's fine. I think he is. But whoever you think is fine. I think he is.
Hey, yes, sir.
Whoever you think is fine. Whoever.
I'm just saying, if Channing Tatum comes in front of me and he does that pony scene on Magic Mike,
yes, sir.
I ain't going to be thinking about going to church with his ass. I tell you that much.
I know that's right. We ain't thinking about no communion. I know that's right. Shoot. No, that's right.
And
Bunny's having church right now.
We have about maybe 10 minutes left in the show, so if anybody's out there, give me a call in the last 10 minutes. You can call me at 347-539-5053. That is 347-539-5053, or swing by my chat room, blogtalkradio.com/charisma Chloe. This is really interesting yet again. My speech shows are always interesting. I really have to admit that. It's funny how different people are. Just when you do things like this, we walk through life, and I know everybody knows, offhand that everybody's different, but we walk through life with our thoughts and our opinions on things and the way we do things, and we kind of just all willy-nilly think that people are just going to even though we know, if that's making any sense what I'm saying, even though we know people are different and everybody agrees, but we just kind of walk through life like, yeah, I don't like tomatoes, or I don't like sex on the first day. I ain't doing that. So if somebody come and tell you that they did it, and you're a person that thinks it's immoral, you be like, why did you do that? That's wrong. And we just don't even consider the fact that what's immoral to you, well, to us, may be moral to somebody else. So,
exactly.
People look at things differently. Ms. Bunny's like, hey, I think I should get my rocks off. I should get it cracking. And I don't care if we just met today and we went out tonight, because if that's what it is, that's what it is. And I respect that. And I think, and if she came to me and told me, hey, I met this fine dude at the club and we just went home and kicked it. And I'd be like, oh, did you have fun? I'm not a judgmental person, so I don't think nobody, I think what people do is what they do. It's no right or wrong. But I'm just going to be like, oh, is that fun? Yeah. Or Miss Yaya came to me and said, oh, Aisha, I met this guy. I met this guy, and I was like, okay, well, he wanted to do it. I didn't want to do it. I just thought that it was wrong. And I'd be like, okay, well, I understand that. You want to wait. So I guess I'm kind of in the middle when it comes to that.
I feel as long as we're two adults consenting and we both are comfortable, let's have fun. Life is too short to be in the slumps.
I think as long as you're safe. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And I'm like, so long as you go in there and you know the expectations and you got some, then hey, for sure, go for it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm just, as long as you're safe. But I will tell Miss Lala, if she does that, decides to have sex with him when she goes out with him, please make sure you're safe. Because 2 weeks is not long enough.
Be safe.
Yeah, 2 weeks is not long enough to know somebody to know if they're safe. Just because somebody tells you, and this goes for a man or a woman, just because somebody tells you that doesn't make it true. He may not know he has something or whatever it is, or even you end up pregnant. It can be anything. So just be safe. Not that there's anything wrong with ending up pregnant, but obviously you don't want to be pregnant by somebody you just met 2 weeks ago and it's the first day. So,
be safe or be sorry, lady.
There it is.
Just be safe. So your final thoughts on the email and the question at hand. We have about maybe 5 minutes to go, so what are your final thoughts, Yaya? Your final advice to her?
I say that if you're attracted to him, you want to go on this date with him and you smash, you don't want to smash, then that's fine, just so long as you know that whatever actions you bring out, that's just what you're going to get. Every action has a consequence. So I say, as long as you go in there and you know what you're going to do and you know what's about to happen, I say go for it.
Okay. Miss Bunny?
I agree with Miss Yaya. Every action has a consequence. As long as she knows what she's getting into, she's grown, she wants it, he wants it. Have fun, be safe, have fun.
And my final thought would be a mix of both of what these young ladies said. I just think that if you really feel that strongly, and I'm talking to Miss Lala, if you really feel that strongly that you think that he's going to think differently of you, I think you should just not do it. If you're, I'm saying don't do it if you're questioning that much. That you have to write, and get advice. If you're questioning it that much, it's always better to just not do it. If you have to question it that much, if there's ever a doubt, because when you have sex with somebody, regardless to if it's serious, regardless if sex is serious, or emotional, or regardless to if it's emotional, or either if it's purely physical, you need to know that in your mind that this is exactly what you want. And you know the consequences. Every choice has consequences. Some consequences do not affect you that much or barely affect you. And some consequences affect you drastically. So, you could stump your toe and it hurts you for 5 minutes, but everything that you do, every choice you make has consequences. You got up from the table, you decided to take 3 steps, you stumped your toe. That choice you made, you made to take 3 steps had a consequence, but it just didn't affect you. very much. So, I mean, if you are okay with just having sex with this guy, knowing that it's a possibility that he's going to think differently of you and not want to ever call you again, that's just a conscious decision that you're just going to have to make. That's something that you're not going to know until, because you never know what a man is thinking or anybody's thinking. So that's just, you're never going to know that until you actually do it. Now, if you go into this, like Ms. Bunny said, with the notion and the mindset that this is a first date, this man is not going to marry me right now, because I think a lot of women, to reiterate what Yaya said, I think a lot of women go into dates, especially first date when they first meet a man, with too many expectations. You know, and as women, you know, and I'm not saying that we're stupid for that. I'm not saying that we're foolish. But as women, we're just conditioned. We're wives, we're mothers, we're nurturers, and we're born being taught to grow up. What do we taught? What kind of toys do we get as kids? Vacuum cleaners, stoves, wedding gowns, things like that. And believe me, I'm not saying that a woman's place is in the kitchen and all this type of crap. I'm the big old feminist. Trust me, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, what I'm saying is, that's what we're taught. You know what I mean? We see our mothers do it. We see our grandmothers do it. We see our, older sisters. All these people do it. And that's what we're taught. And there's nothing wrong with, not saying there's anything wrong with being a housewife, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a housewife. My mom was. But I'm saying, this is what we're taught. And so we look, when we look for a man, I guess, unless the woman is a total nympho or a hooker or something, well, if you're a normal woman that's living a normal life, a decent woman, and you looking for a man, this is what you're looking for. Am I correct? For the most part, you're looking for a mate, somebody that's going to be with you, that's going to be able to take care of you, that's going to be able to protect you, that's going to be able to take care of your kids and take care of your home. But and there's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's great. But when you go out on a first date with somebody, that's not what you should be expecting, because this man, while you're looking for all this man may want a wife in the future. And, all men are not walking around saying they don't want to get married. A lot of men want to get married and kids, but they want that in the future. But right now, he just want to go on a date with you, eat, and go to the movies, and probably have sex with you. That's in his mind. But if he doesn't, it's probably going to be perfectly fine if he doesn't to him. He's just going to be like, okay, this girl's cool, I'm going to go see her again. But immediately, like Tracy said, the caller we had, and like Bunny said, like all of us said, he's going to be like, you know what, he's going to be looking like, God, her boobs are big, and her butt is big, and look at her legs, and look at her lips, and look at her this, and while he's not paying attention to nothing that you're saying, he probably can repeat 2 words you said to him, especially if it's about a subject that don't interest him. But that's what he's thinking about. So, you just go into the date with that in mind, that this guy is not looking for some flat-out relationship with you right now. And to me, a first date, one of y'all should be looking for that on the first date. Not to make a dog. Because if a man is not looking for that on the first date, he's perfectly within his right, and that's a perfectly sane way to think, because you just met this person. Neither one of you guys should be looking for that on the first date. But as women, we that's what we look for when we're looking for a man in general. So, so it's kind of complicated. But I think she should go in there and just think about, give it some thought, and just be like, okay, well, here we go. I'm gonna have sex with him. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm not gonna have sex with him. I'm gonna see what happens. Just make the decision with the right mindset.
And like Charisma said, sorry, my bad. And like Charisma said, you go in there and with that mindset of you're questioning it. If you're questioning anything, don't do it, because once you open up them legs, and you give up that muffin, and you let him smash, you can't unring that bell. Once it's done, it's done. So if you're questioning it, don't do it.
Exactly. And if you just want to get your rocks off, have a good time, be like, hey, do it.
Hey, smash.
If he don't call you, don't be surprised. But if he do call you, don't be surprised. Maybe he likes you even more.
There it is.
You know what I mean? But if he don't call you, don't be depressed because you just met the guy.
Exactly.
Anyway, we're out of time. Thank you so much, ladies. This has been an interesting and fun show. Make sure you tune into Christmas Lounge next week when we will be talking about, as I mentioned earlier to the caller, whether having a menage a trois, which inviting someone else into your bed when you're in a relationship, is a good thing or not. Is it moral or immoral? Can't wait for that show.
Oh, snap, about to get started.
Well,
it will be next week on June the 30th, so make sure you tune in at 4 o'clock. Okay, guys, same bat time, same bat station. Thank you, ladies, and thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.